What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. As you guys of course can tell by the title, we are doing a full day of eating like the fittest woman on earth, TIA-CLAIR TOOMEY. So before we get into it, I want to make a couple little disclaimers. Well, first of all, if you hear like birds and stuff, I'm sitting outside, so you'll probably hear this crow. He's just sitting there making a lot of noise. The first thing I actually wanted to like touch on a little bit is that this is me in no way saying that you should eat like this. This is me in no way saying that I need to eat like this to be fit in CrossFit or anything like that. And no, I'm just doing this for fun. I like to do this. I've done this a couple times before, and I just enjoy doing these videos. I've gotten new meal ideas through doing these videos, and it's just kind of interesting to see how different people's schedules and different types of people kind of fit into my like ordinary life, I guess you can say. And then also my second disclaimer is that T and I eat kind of two different diets. I eat a plant-based diet and she eats meat, kind of thing like that. So I'm not coming on here saying that you need to eat vegan or anything like that. I just prefer to eat tofu and she eats meat. So that's just, you know, a preference thing, I guess you can say, but I'm not coming on here saying like, you know, to eat like me. Like, that's just not, no. I'm just doing this for fun kind of thing, and I just choose not to eat meat, so that's okay, whatever. I don't want to make this into a debate. Anyway, so that's just going to be a little bit different, so it's not going to be exactly the same. When she chooses to eat meat, I'm going to choose to eat tofu. So it's just gonna be something along the lines of that. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I'm gonna try and make it as similar and as close as possible. And especially we live in two different areas. I live in the middle of nowhere in Canada and she lives in Tennessee, I think. So yeah, meals are gonna be as similar and as close as possible. So we're gonna start with the first thing that she, I guess, consumes in the day, and she starts with a cup of coffee. So that is what we're doing right now. I'm drinking a cup of coffee. She doesn't say if she puts anything in the coffee, but I'm not gonna drink it black because that's just gross to me. So I put a little bit of oat milk and some maple syrup in there. So I'm going to enjoy this, and then we're going to start with breakfast. I'm actually really hungry, so I'm gonna drink this and I will see you guys for breakfast. It's breakfast time, and so luckily in the video she puts like a little picture of what she ended up eating. She does suggest some of the things that she does eat. Sometimes she'll switch up fruits and things like that. You guys will see that throughout the video. If you want to watch her full video, of course I'll have a link down below if you haven't watched it already. But for breakfast she has like oatmeal with a bagel, and so that is what we're going to do. It looks like, according to the picture that she posted, that she does a bagel with some butter, so that is what we're going to do. And then she has oatmeal. She does it with milk instead of water, which is interesting, so I'm going to do that. I've never really done that before, so we're gonna make it with milk today. And then she puts in some fruit. Today we're going to put in some blueberries, and then she has it with some peanut butter and also some honey. I'm just gonna switch out the honey for some maple syrup because that's just what I prefer, and we're gonna make that up. So let's just get into it and make some breakfast. Breakfast is all made. It's done right here. And I also forgot to mention the milk I'm obviously switching out for oat milk, and the butter I'm switching out for my own butter, I guess. It's called melt butter. So we have it all done here. I wanted to give the oatmeal a little bit of a taste, see if it tastes any different than when I have it with just water, because this is made with milk. So we're gonna give this a little go. Honestly, I don't find a huge difference with the milk or the water. I'm just not a huge fan of oatmeal unless it's really dressed up, but it is dressed up pretty good. There's just the perfect amount of maple syrup in here and the perfect amount of peanut butter, and it mixes really well with the berries that I put in here. And then of course I'm just going to have my bagel here with a little bit of butter on it. So I'm going to eat this and enjoy it, and then we're going to go do a workout. I just finished the first part of my training, and I'm going to explain that in a bit, but first I just wanted to say in the video Tia does talk about the vitamins that she does consume, and personally I don't consume a lot of vitamins. The only vitamin that I do consume is turmeric because I find that it just helps me with inflammation, but I just didn't think it was really that important to film. But she does take a lot of vitamins and things like that, and that's very important for her. She needs to have a very healthy body and she doesn't want to lack anything, so she takes her vitamins. And personally, I just take turmeric right now, and that's just what I stick to. Going back to the training, what I gathered from the video, it looks like she does a really, I guess, big section of training. I'm sure it changes all the time for her. I'm sure it changes pretty frequently, but I'm going off the video, and what it looks like is that she does like kind of like mid-morning to early afternoon a big session of training, but kind of splits it into two parts. So what it looked like she did was like a lot of conditioning and weightlifting, and then she did like some running and cardio and things like that. So that is what I'm gonna do. I've split it up into two sections, like I'm doing part A and part B, I guess you can say, and taking a little break in between. Personally for me though, if I'm going to do 2 sessions a day, I like to do it in the morning and then one later on in the afternoon. Just gives me more time to just recover. But today we're doing it like the video kind of thing, and she has a little snack in between her sessions, and the snack that she does eat is I don't know the name of it, but it's a fruit puree kind of thing, and it's sold in the States obviously, but not sold here in Canada, and if I was to ship it here it was going to be super expensive. And she does mention in the video though, she either has that fruit puree kind of thing, a piece of fruit, or a small meal. So I've decided to have a piece of fruit. I'm just going to have this apple here in between my sessions, and I'm going to drink tons of water and then just take a little bit of a break before I start the second part of my session. Okay, I know I just literally look like I changed, but I pulled off my shirt because it was sweaty and gross, and I just realized I forgot to mention something that I wanted to add into this clip. Breakfast was super filling for me. I am actually still really full for breakfast, so I'm not actually super hungry for this apple right now, but I'm still gonna eat it just because it's part of the video. But breakfast, I'm really full from it. It was super filling, and I'm actually kind of happy how filling it was, but I just wanted to mention that really quick, that breakfast was super filling. Workout is done and I am definitely beat, but it was a good workout. So in the video, Tia has a protein shake after her workout. She has the First Form protein, and she also puts in an ignition kind of booster, I guess, that they have. First Form has it, I don't know. I don't have it. So I just have my protein shake here. What I did is I did it with water. Tia didn't mention if she had it with milk or water, so I'm going to assume that she did it with water. And I'm also doing it with vanilla protein. If you guys have watched me for a while on this channel, you guys know I am a chocolate protein kind of gal. But we're switching things up, we're trying new things, so I'm having some vanilla protein. Not the best, I'd prefer definitely milk with some fruits, blend it up, tastes much better, but this is what we're going with today. And I'm gonna go get cleaned up. I'm kind of disgusting, as you guys can see, from working out. Like, no, yeah, I'm gross. So I'm gonna get cleaned up and then we're going to make a nice lunch. It is lunchtime now and we are making a big salad. That is what she had for lunch. And I already portioned out the lettuce and the spinach just because I washed it and everything like that. And she puts on some Italian dressing. She also puts on some avocado and some apples, so we're going to cut that up as well. And she also has it with some salmon, and of course I don't eat salmon, so we are going to do some tofu. I have some cubed tofu that I like meal prepped in advance, so I'm going to add that to the salad as well. So we have the salad here and it looks absolutely delicious, and a nice bonus is that it did not take very long to make, especially when you have the tofu already pre-made. Makes it pretty easy. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a taste test because I don't usually have apple in my salad and I've never really had apple and tofu together, so I'll give it a little taste for you guys. Honestly, it's actually really good. I mean, I wasn't expecting like groundbreaking or anything like that, but it's pretty good with the tofu, not gonna lie. And my tofu is meal prepped, so what I do is I just cube it up, and I've been just putting spices on it and pan frying it. And so I have like little cubed tofu throughout the week, which I can pretty much put on anything. It just has like a little bit of flavoring, which is nice. So I just have it in the salad, which is easy to make. I'm gonna go eat this and I will see you guys for my next meal, which is supper. It's supper time now, and for supper Tia has some chipotle, which is like my favorite. I love me some chipotle. However, in Canada, there's like 3 Chipotles, I guess, in all across Canada. There's not many, that's for sure. And there's none near us, so we can't get Chipotle for supper. But tonight we're going to try and make some homemade Chipotle, which should be fun. Hopefully it kind of turns out. I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed. And in Tia's bowl, she does have chicken. However, we're gonna try and make some Chipotle sofrita, the copycat kind of stuff of that. We'll see. I don't have all the ingredients, but I'm hoping it kind of turns out similar to Chipotle. We will see. So I'm gonna start preparing that now. We have our Chipotle bowl here. I've been just like kind of mixing it up, trying to get a little bit of everything together because I do want to do a little bit of taste test. I think the sofrita turned out not too bad. I was missing a couple ingredients, but I don't think it's too bad. So we're gonna give it a little bit of a taste test, a little bit of everything with the sofrita in there and see how it tastes. This is really good. I wouldn't say it's 100% exactly like Chipotle, but I think it's pretty dang close. Also, we did use some vegan shredded cheese on there and pretty much kept everything the same. She had some black beans, some white rice. We switched to sofrita for chicken. She had lettuce, and then she had salsa. I just made their kind of like mild salsa, which is pretty much just onion and tomato and a little bit of cilantro. I'm gonna have David try the sofrita and see what he thinks about it. Get in the camera. You're not even in the camera. Good?
It's good.
It's not the same, but it's pretty good.
Well, it's homemade.
Yeah, it's definitely homemade. I'm a little hungry after trying that. Like it's made me really hungry, that's for sure.
It's good.
So I am at the last step of the full day of eating like Tia, and she finishes off the evening with a tea and a protein bar. So I have my protein bar here and I have my tea here. She has a Beam tea, which is like a tea that has CBD in it, and I mean, weed is technically legal here in Canada, but to get stuff from the States just isn't happening. So obviously I can't order that. So I'm just having a dandelion and ginger tea, and I'm having a Cliff Bar. I don't think she specified which Cliff Bar she was having, but I'm just gonna have a Cliff Bar. She said she had a protein bar, so that's what I'm kind of having. Before we end this, I just want to finish off with some final thoughts. The first thing is that everything is super filling. Each meal that I had, I am just completely full and completely satisfied. Honestly, I feel like I never got hungry once throughout the day. I was quite full. Also, I feel like everything was pretty well balanced. There was a lot of fruits, vegetables, and I think that it was just well balanced overall. And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on is that I know that this video had some controversy behind it because a lot of people were surprised at how little she ate, and for a games athlete, they're known to be eating a lot of food because they're training a lot throughout the day. And that is totally true. I think that this was a lot of food, like a lot of food for me personally, but I don't train as much as her or as intense as her. But my point is that every diet is different for every person. Some people can really sustain themselves off of less calories. Some people can do intermittent fasting. Everyone is different and our bodies are all different, and we need to remember that. And I think that there's not just like one diet that suits every single person. I think that we're just all so different. Even when you think about games athletes, you think that they're eating a lot of food, but honestly, I'm pretty sure each games athlete has a different diet for themselves and has something that just works for them, and they find what works for them. And so if you're someone who's interested in exploring diets and things like that, then explore them and see what works for you. Like I said, some diets work for some people and some diets don't work for other people. Like for me personally, I just can't do intermittent fasting. It just doesn't work for me. But some other people, it really works really well for them. I'm gonna end off the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. It really does help the channel a lot. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. You guys know where it is. And don't forget to be unstoppable, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Cold inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting round me,